transformation piece of this unit. We're going to look at translations, reflections, rotations, and dilations. And so we'll be reviewing some of the things that you've learned previously, but also beefing it up a little bit more. So the first transformation that we're going to look at is translation. A couple of key words that I want you to be aware of is image and pre-image. So the image is the result of a point after it has been transformed, whether it's been translated or reflected or rotated or dilated, any of that. And then we note that with a little like apostrophe. So we also will call that, like, if it was going from A to A with the apostrophe after it, that would be A prime. So that's how you would read those, and that's how I'll read these, as making sure that you kind of sort of understand these and then understand that vocabulary as you move forward. So let's take a look. We're going to translate or slide. So a translation is a slide. So just a shift right or left and then up or down. And then so point Y from the graph over here that's to the left. And we're going to move that 3 units down and 1 unit to the left. And we're going to write the coordinates of Y and then the coordinates of Y prime. So Y is located, just the regular OY is is located at 1, 7. And then when I translate this, 3 units down and 1 unit to the left, so 3 units down and 1 unit to the left, I end up with Y prime being at 0, 4. So basically what happens here is that you can hopefully tell that my X value just changed by 1. It went down 1, so -1. And then that's my X value. And then my Y value changed by 3. It went down 3 or -3. So when you write a transformation rule for translations, the general rule is going to be X comma Y. So that's where it originally started out with. And then some transformation happened with this arrow, and then I can have X plus or minus A. So if it's plus A, that means it moves to the right, just like any other transformation, like on the number line. If you move to the right, it's going to be positive, and then to the left, if I'm minus A, it's going to be to the left. And then I would have what comma, and then the second coordinate, which would be the Y coordinate, was going to be affected as well. Possibly. If it's not affected, you just leave it as Y. So either plus or minus B. Okay, so B is some number, A is some number. If you do Y plus B, that's going to move it up, just like it would normally seem. And then if it's minus B, you would move it down, just again, as it seems on the number line. So this is the transformation rule for translations. So here's what we're going to do. We have a rectangle here. We're going to translate it 2 units up and 5 units to the left. So 2 units up and then 5 units to the left. So I'm going to start with C. So I'm going to go off the grid there a little bit. This is going to be C prime. So it's very important that you label these, and it's very important that you pay attention to the labels when you're looking at these and trying to transform them. The up to left 5. So then moving my rectangle, remember, so hopefully you'll notice it did not get bigger or smaller. If it did, it's my own error. And then you can see that C, A, B, C, and D are all in the same place like they are on the other rectangle, in the original rectangle. So the image is going to be that purple one that I drew, and then the pre-image, which is the one that happens before the image, before the transformation, is that blue rectangle that I provided for you. It's probably gray on your paper. Okay, so now we have the image of triangle XYZ is shown on the graph. If triangle XYZ was translated, so this is the image, I'm trying to find the pre-image. Hopefully you can see the little bitty teeny tiny tick mark next to my labels there. If triangle XYZ was translated 3 units, translated up 3 units and right 2 units, what are the coordinates of the pre-image? So where is the first image? Where's XYZ going to be originally? So it was translated 3 units up. So in order to find my new one, I'm going to actually do the opposite of that. So to find the pre-image, I'm going to do the opposite of the direction they tell me. So it tells me up, I'm going to shift down. And then it says right, I'm going to shift left. So my pre-image without the little tick mark for X is going to be here. So I'm going to do the same thing for each one. So I'm going to go down 3 and to the left 2. And that's Y, not Y prime. So my original pre-image was at the purple rectangle, and then something happened. It was translated up 3 and right 2 to get to the black one with the black rectangle, or excuse me, black triangle with the blue dots. So that's my ending. The purple one was my beginning one. So that's kind of confusing there if you don't understand what image and pre-image are. So now we're going to look at writing a rule. So for a transformation rule, you're going to refer back to that yellow box that we just talked about. It's probably gray on your paper, and hopefully you wrote it down. So we've triangle ABC has been translated 4 units up and 1 unit to the right. And then what's a transformation rule for this translation? So to write a transformation rule, they all start out like this, X, Y. And then I'm going to talk about what happens to each X coordinate and each Y coordinate, no matter where it is, based on this transformation. So this is what's really nice about it, and kind of, I guess, relates it back to algebra, because I can perform whatever this tells me on each X value for ABC and each Y value for ABC and find out where those points are pretty quickly. And so it's been translated up 4 units. So up is going to affect my Y. So I'll go ahead and write it with Y there. And then it's going to be translated to the right 1 unit, and right is positive. So up and right are positive, down and left are negative, just like it would be on any number line. So this would be the transformation rule. So we've looked at a lot of things here. So we looked at just straight up, just moving it, okay? We looked at, here's the image, where did it start out at after, but that was before this transformation. And then we looked at writing the rule. So writing the rule looks more algebraic, and then the other ones look more geometric with the shapes. So this is it for transformation. So remember, transformation means a slide. Remember that image is the result after the transformation, and then the pre-image is where was the shape, or where is the shape in the very beginning. So all those key vocabulary words, so keep those kind of sort of, start remembering those and what each one of those means, because that's going to be key to you being successful with these transformations.